Hi wildlings! I'm here at Chiricahua National Monument with the beautiful natural bridge in the background, and I promised Claire Wang that I would come up with some Ashtanga stuff that you can do when your foot is in a boot. So this is really good hip mobility stuff for anybody. So find a place where you can sit. You can also work on this with a couple of rocks underneath you, or if you don't have some like giant rocks lying around the house, you could grab a blanket or a bolster. Some of you can work this from the floor. And the idea here is, rather than using our hands to move our legs in our hips, let's use our nice strong hip flexors, turners, and thigh muscles. So when you're ready, go ahead and, this is the best part, slouch. Let your body take any position that it wants to pick up your front leg, and then push it out almost like it's yawning. Land that leg, pick up your other leg, feel your thigh bone turn in the socket and push it out. The idea isn't that they go straight. The idea is that you figure out where they want to stop. And then keep whatever position you're in or your hips want to do, to just figure out how to bring your legs back, no hands. We'll go with the other leg first. So now picking up opposite leg, feel your thigh bone turn in the socket and push your leg out. It'll find a natural stopping point. And then pick up your other leg and extend it out. Pick up the leg you just left out there and bring it back in, and then bring this leg back in. So there's lots of different strategies that can happen. Now lean back a little, tuck your tailbone under and get a little lift from the inside out. Pick up your left leg, take it out, and then pick up your right leg. And I wonder if it feels different working at this from this curled, tucked position, this posterior pelvic tilt, as you bring one leg back in, bring the other leg back in, reset, get a little taller from the inside out, lift right leg up to extend it out, left leg up to extend it out, and then bring left leg back in, right leg back in. And then right about now, your hip flexors might want a little bit of a release. So swivel legs off to one side and just let one hip pop up. And then the other side. And now, depending on what you're sitting on, it might be able to actually bring your pelvis all the way up and down into neutral. And from there, can you keep your pelvis straight up and down? What do you need to do to get one leg up, keep your pelvis up and down to take it out, and then lift the other leg up, extend out, and then can you keep your pelvis up and down to lift one leg up and bring it back in, lift the other leg up and bring it back in. So you're feeling, keep going, how much work there is to do. Usually we flop forward in a passive forward fold, but this is teaching all of these nice strong muscles in here how to hold you stable and steady when you go into that Uttanasana Konasana, that wide-legged forward fold. So let's try it once more, both sides, sitting upright. And this time start to skim this arm out. How tall can you stay with this arm lengthened? And can you keep your pelvis up and down? As you pick this leg up, push your arm and your leg out, and can you get a little taller? Now, can you stay this tall as you pick this leg up? Bring it back in, fold your arm in, bring this leg back in, fold it in, and now see if you could get even a little taller and maybe even start to hinge forward a little bit as you bring one leg up, extend and push out. I think I did the same side. Do the opposite side. Lift up the other leg, push it out, and now imagine yawning out. And then can you keep this, almost this anterior tilt, this tilting forward? At one variation might be to put your hands down as you pick up one leg and bring it back in, pick up the other leg and bring it back in, and then see if you could somehow pick up both legs, extend them out and lean forward, lift up, pick up both legs and bring them back. Try it again. And so just working with your pelvis in different directions, from way far back to way far forward. So it's just going to target different muscles depending on where your pelvis is. So lifting up and pushing out, getting tall, finding your reach, maybe a little lean forward. Hopefully there's not a giant rock jabbing into your hamstring. And then lifting both legs up and getting them back. And then maybe you can take both legs out. And then rather than just going ahead and grabbing toes, can you lengthen your arms out and take breaths here? So really keeping your legs active. Take a big inhale. Exhale and get taller and wider from the inside out. Keep breathing. Breath in. Exhale. And maybe you keep your arms here. And again, maybe instead of grabbing toes, maybe you interlace your fingers at your back and then pull your chest forward. Take a few breaths here, maybe some shoulder rolls. And maybe some shoulder rolls the other direction. And because I don't think I can dam this flight, you might just grab on, lift back up. When you're ready, bring your legs back in, stamp them around a little bit. And then once again, just a nice little hip release, swiveling hips over to one side, letting a hip curl up and down and up and down and to the other side, letting that hip float up and down. All right, so thanks for coming to this beautiful natural bridge. Let me know how it goes, this very active version of Uttanasana Konasana, and let me know how that feels in terms of your hip mobility and how it feels to move your thighs, your femurs, and your hip socket while you're walking around after that. Thanks, guys. Mwah.